Hello.
Hi.
Hi.
Hi everyone. Welcome back to the last episode of Showing Up With. And as we get closer to Connect 6, the power of showing up, I'm having conversations with these wonderful founders to try to understand what happens behind the brands, what happens or what gets them the energy to continue networking or showing up. So today I'm joined by my friend here, Gaurang. Hi, Gaurang.
Hello. Hi, everyone.
So you want to, before we get into everything, you want to tell everybody a little about yourself.
So, my name is Gaurang Moore. I've been doing weddings and corporate events and exhibitions over the last about almost 15 years now. And yeah, that's about it. Let's have a conversation. Let's have some fun.
And of course, he forgot again. His brand name is More Events and Weddings. Guys, whoever's following us
Yes.
from this, please, you can join more, follow More Events and Weddings for that.
Yes,
So,
please do. It's linked here.
today's question, I think, is something that a lot of people wonder about. So, Karan, I think this is my favorite question. So, what makes someone worth remembering after an event?
Well, there are a lot of things that can make someone worth remembering.
So
If
that one thing, if you have to name that one thing,
come show me your personality, don't show me your business side immediately.
not
because
bad.
because if you're going to come and show me your business side immediately, I will know ठीक है ये बंदा ये धंधा करता है. That's about it. After 15 minutes I won't remember the person. I'm done with him.
Unless you actually have work with him.
Yes.
Then, so have you always found networking easy or has that changed over time?
No, in the beginning it was very tough because even though a lot of my friends know, you will know, when I start speaking I really speak a lot. But then in the beginning when I don't know people and I just walk in as a newcomer to to a stage where I don't know people,
Yeah.
I can get quite reserved, which is a lot of things that people don't know. So I've always tried. In the beginning, it was quite difficult for me, and then I started speaking. And then after the first few events, it made me easier. It made me feel easier to talk to people.
And
So
now
once I
there's no
really
stopping you.
now there's no stopping. It just needs that little kick after the first or second networking event or a community meet that you go to. You will start opening up. It's nobody can start immediately. I would coin that false. अगर कोई बोले पहली मीटिंग में गया और मैंने 100 नए दोस्त बना लिए या 100 नए कनेक्शन बना लिए, that's not going to happen.
Meaning, but I've never pegged you as someone who's shy. I think even
I'm
those
not
1 2
shy.
seconds
I
you
I
take
just
to
take
observe.
time.
Yeah, I feel like you observe when you're taking time. I've
In
noticed
the
taking time, but I mostly see that you're observing, like you're judging the room and seeing what conversation or where you're going to set in or who you're going to set in with. Who
Yeah,
are the
because
part?
I like to take my time to see who's coming, who's saying what, how comfortable will they be. Because I'm also someone that I tend to speak a little faster when I know what I'm speaking about. And a lot of people can't match up to speed to everybody. There's a lot of difference, and I can't go slow.
True.
So
So,
that also makes a difference.
do you think people put too much pressure on putting an impression or making an impression, especially your first impression?
Yes.
Why? Meaning, do you think that from the point of a person who's worrying about making that first impression, is that something to worry about, or is it like we as
No.
people
On
in a room also should not be making first
Honestly,
impressions that much?
there's nothing to worry about to make that first impression, because if you walked into a room of strangers and you don't know anybody, you've got nothing to lose. What are you afraid of?
I'm
There's
so
absolutely
glad
nothing
you
to
said
lose.
that.
You go in and be yourself. If you can't be yourself, don't be in that room. It's very simple. I don't like being that person who's just, carrying a bundle of visiting cards and then handing it out to people and saying, "Oh, hey, I do this."
I
I'm just not
swear,
that. I can't carry so many visiting cards.
I think the past, like your predecessors, I would call them, the past 4 lives we've had, we've only discussed this, that carrying visiting cards, meaning let yourself talk. Let's not let the visiting card talk for you. Then otherwise, what's
Yes.
the use of going personally, right? So
Yes.
okay, and I promise this is my, one wrap up question. I'll still ask you, but one last question I'm gonna ask you. So, have you ever met someone who didn't say much, but you remembered them anyway? And what made them memorable?
No, I'm going to reverse that question because I met someone who said a lot, and then I remembered them only because they said a lot, and it had nothing to do with either their personality or their business. The person just kept yapping, standing next to me, and I wanted to leave.
So you remembered him or her because of that quality that irritated you.
Yes,
So meaning wasn't that smart play then
if
again?
I'm walking into a room and yes, I got introduced to that person through someone we both know mutually, and then we started speaking, and then the person who introduced me gradually left to move on to meet more people. And then there was me and the other guy. And the way you would know me, it's very difficult to keep me quiet once I start. And at that moment, I was quiet because that person just wouldn't let me talk. And he went on for a good half an hour to 45 minutes of me being quiet. And I was mentally done in the first 5 minutes. I didn't want to continue. I
Oh
quietly
wow.
moved on to the food section to try and pick up some coffee or a meal so that he would get a hint, listen, stop, but the guy just didn't get that hint. And he kept following me and he kept talking to me, and I don't know what I could have done better for him to understand. But yeah, that happened. And because of that day, I really haven't spoken to the guy since.
Someone should give him an award, but he got you to keep quiet, or actually he didn't give you a chance to speak only.
Imagine speaking to a stranger who you know nothing about,
Huh.
and you've said your bit, you've heard the bit that you need to know from the person, and then
Hmm.
the person just doesn't leave you. It's as good as your own shadow following you everywhere. That's very irritating.
Correct. So meaning now, I think forget qualities that you should remember. One quality that everybody needs to know that is absolutely a big no-no is being over familiar.
Stop after some time. Don't keep yapping throughout. Very
Yeah.
important.
Nervousness also, I think, gets people to over say things.
That is fine when you're in a group of 15 people sitting together and talking. That time, if you're talking too much or constantly, that's fine. The other person listening to you has someone to fall back onto. But when you're only two people in a room full of 50 others and that person just doesn't stop talking, that is when it becomes like that. So
I
it
just
makes a
hope
big difference.
I just hope he or she is not watching this.
I doubt. And even if they're listening, hi, you know what you did.
So now this is my wrap up question. What's one small thing someone can do at their very next networking event, for example, the 18th, that could completely change the way you remember them or
Show up,
anybody else?
say show up, say hi, introduce yourself. We can speak for a while, and then maybe if your conversation or your topic is very interesting other than your business, I may just end up remembering.
But then, what is that one thing that you would suggest that they should do so that you remember them?
As I said earlier, bring your personality. Talk about yourself instead of just your business throughout. If you're coming into the room just talking, thinking business, then yes, you'll come and introduce yourself. Say, hi, I do so and so work, and this is my business. And the person will be done and over with within 2 minutes. He won't take long. But then if you're coming in and talking about yourself and reading the room, asking the right questions, those questions that you will ask and the way I will answer back or the way somebody else may answer back to you will be something that I will remember for a longer period.
Meaning, I love that. Matlab, more than anything, Gaurang, I've loved your clarity today. Fantastic. Meaning, everything was very to the point and precise. There was no oh, okay. So I think that is also something that people should
That
remember.
is that is also a big problem because I hated अगर मैं किसी से conversation कर रहा हूँ और कोई बीच बीच में आके कर रहा है और वो बीच में then they like to take a big pause and then they'll talk. So for that period, I'm standing there just waiting कि सामने वाला क्या बोलने वाला है. So I would
Meaning,
rather not have that at all.
you're really sounding like time and money. भैया पैसा खर्चा कर रहे हो मेरा जल्दी बोलो.
See, that is also true because you're entering a networking group or a community group in a period where you only got 2 hours or 1 hour or maybe half an hour of talking to a lot of people. And within that 30 minutes, if that guy is going to take up so much of your time, how are you going to go meet the others?
And so much of time in just syllables,
Yeah.
monosyllables. So
Yeah.
yeah, I agree with you. I kind of agree with you. So thank you so much, Gaurang, for your
Thank
perspective,
you.
and thank you for everybody who joined us today. I see quite a lot of people,
Yes.
and So if you've been thinking about joining us on the 18th, these are the kind of conversations we're going to have, and that's about it. We're just going to have conversations. Don't get daunted by a room full of 30 people. It's just people. We're just going to have fun. So come join us. Gaurang will be on stage, and with him there'll be 5 other people. So hope to
Come
see
and be
you.
you. Don't be somebody else. Don't be your business. Just come and be you.
Yeah, and Gaurang is going to educate us more. So
No, no education. It's a conversation.
yeah. Oh, correct. You're listening. So thank you guys. See you soon. Thanks,
See
Gaurang.
you.
Bye.
Thanks. Bye.